Hey y'all, welcome to Visual Cooking. You can call me old-fashioned mama because you know I just like the old-fashioned mama. When I'm home, this is how I am. That's how my kids see me most of the time. I have my muumuu on, my bathroom slippers. I have on these pants because it's cold. Can you believe it? In Florida, 43 degrees this morning. Anyway, I like to give myself a break at times from perm, so therefore I would, you know, braid my hair like this. That's how I call myself old-fashioned mama. Now don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong, because I'll slap my lace front on in a minute. Hold Bam! On. Okay? Now, how would you know my hair look like it looked the way you saw it earlier underneath? That's all. I need nothing else. There you go. There's a time and a place for everything. If I'm going in my yard for the rice. I'm gonna cook my rice mixed with callaloo and vegetables, and I'm gonna make it really tasty. People that taste my rice for years, they always say, oh my god, this rice is so good, you don't even need anything else to eat it with. You can just eat it by itself. I'm gonna go in my yard like I said. So I'm gonna put my jacket on because it is 43 degrees out there today. Don't want to get sick. So we're gonna go in my backyard to pick from my callaloo tree. Come on. Now when before I cook my meat, I like to make sure that it's well washed. It's tradition. If you can't tell by now, my roots are Haitian, okay? You know the housewives, Adrian, husband, and Brandy, when they went to Carl's husband thing that he had going for his business, and then Carl's sister's her big mouth went and told Adrian what Brandy said, and then he walked up to her talking crap. Oh, I wish I was in there. I would have really tell him off for her. Or she could say, she was growling. She wished she could tell him off. I wish I was in there. He had the nerve to call her a bitch. And then when she called Adrian a bitch, he had the nerve to walk in. Did you call my wife a bitch? I wish I could call on inside that TV and say, yeah, I call your wife a bitch, just like you call me a bitch. By the way, your mama a bitch too. Anyway, now once you're done, wash it with warm water. Each one of them. Rinse it off. You know, rinse off the salt and vinegar. Now I'm gonna smush up my garlic. Like I said, I love fresh herbs, so I also I put the salt in there so the when I'm smushing it up, when I'm hitting it with this, so the garlic don't jump out. It's very salty. So you don't even need to sprinkle much. The thing to remember with seasoning, it's okay to have less seasoning than too much, because you can always add. But if you have too much, then you have to dump the water and go through a whole mess of stuff. So you just sprinkle. That's why it's called visual. Just sprinkle a bit on top until you have a very light sprinkling over the whole thing. Okay, I'm ready to start my rice now. My pot is nice and hot. Now I'm gonna add my olive oil. Just enough for the bottom of the pot to be covered. You don't need that much. Now that the oil is getting hot, then I'll open my peas. And I'm gonna add I'll put like half of the bag. Remember the callaloo I had earlier from my garden, from my backyard? Now this is what you call organic, honey. It's from my backyard, no pesticide, no growth hormones, nothing. I already washed it twice. So this is like the third wash. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes now. And as you can see, it was all the way up here, and now look at it. Okay, I'm back. The water is boiling like crazy now. It's ready for me to add my rice. So, what I love with this, even though I'm cooking with basmati rice, which is one of the best rice you can cook if you want by the glucose in the rice, which if you eat lots of it, you may end up with diabetes. Too much starch in general is no good for you. And remember, this is visual cooking, honey. There's no catching up size, a cup of this, a teaspoon of this. Make a hole in the middle. It doesn't really have to be that big of a hole. Just make space in the center. I'm going to add my rice directly in the center. Once the rice rises above, like this much, then I know that's enough. And then all you do is just mix it all up together. I'm gonna want to see a little bit water on top. When there's a little bit water, not too much, on top, then I'll turn the stove down to number 3. Move it to the left a little bit past medium, but not quite on low. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover it up now and come back in 3 minutes. Okay, this is the kind of consistency I was looking for. That's good. I like this texture. You know, there's not too much water. It's just about right. And then I'm going to put it a little bit past medium, because there's still enough water, so it's not going to burn. It's not going to be too dry. So I'm gonna look at my ribs and see how it's doing. Has it been 45 minutes? I didn't even look at the time. Ooh, baby, look at this rib. Nice. Look at all that natural juice. Okay. It's been almost an hour. I took the ribs out of the oven, and this is what it looks like. Now, it's nice and tender. What you can do is leave it like this, or put the oven on boil just to get that browning look. You would put the oven on boil and flip it around like this and put some of that gravy, that natural gravy from the rib on here. Slide it back in the oven, 5 minutes. Then you would flip it again. Or you can serve it like this. And my kids are carnivores, so they want to eat this now. Therefore, I'm not going to put it in the oven to brown it. It's just the look. It's basically it's ready. Look, the meat is just ready to fall off the bone. Get a close up here. Look. Look at that. I don't have to fight it, just fall off the bone. It's nice and juicy. And then for the rice, remember once you cover it up, you only need to leave it on medium for 10 minutes. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It's nice and moist. It's not dry, as you can see here. I'll put some in a plate so you have an idea. You will serve it like this. Get a little gravy. Just, you know, move the oil out of the way and take and then just put it over here. Just pour it on top of the rib. Smells so good. I know you can't taste it, so I'm gonna taste it for you. There's someone here that I've been pushing out of the way. When it comes to meat, she just go crazy. Her mouth is watering right now, so I'll go ahead and let her taste. This is my eldest daughter. Come on, Chanel. I let her do the tasting for you.
Meaty. It's real good and juicy.
Nice and moist. And I'm gonna have the camel woman taste this.
This is real so good. And the rice. Your turn, mommy. Your turn. Get the big chunk of meat.
So good. The rice is perfect.
I'm ready to eat. Yeah, me too.
And you can taste the callaloo. Oh my God, it's so nice. It's a perfect blend. Just enough salt, just enough seasoning. Look at that. Nice and juicy. Oh my goodness.
That was a nice juicy meat.
It's off the chain.
Okay, you could cut it off.
Anyway, I'm about to get ganged up on by these kids because they can't wait to eat this food. Until next time, thank you for spending time with Visual Cooking. See you later. Bye.